But we are going to be telling you more about what the US president seemed to do. He seemed to backtrack as well on his aggressive push for Greenland. That's the other big development that we are tracking at this point coming in from Davos. He has, in fact, called off the proposed tariffs on European allies and claimed a framework agreement was on the cards. The softening of the tone, in a way, came after Trump held talks with the NATO Secretary General reportedly there. And according to reports, Trump's change of tone was the result of the compromise proposed by the NATO leader on behalf of the NATO allies. At Davos, Europe has presented a united front in face of Trump's repeated push to take over Greenland, but it has also tried to avoid direct confrontation with the US, a NATO founder member.
The aim of these talks is to agree for closer cooperation amongst allies in the High North and beyond. It is good news that we are making steps into that right direction. I welcome President Trump's remarks from last night. This is the right way to go. This is the right way because any threat to acquire European territory by force would be unacceptable.
And the New York Times, citing 3 senior officials, reported that the compromise was formulated during a meeting with top military officers from the NATO alliance's member states. Under the compromise, reportedly, Denmark would give the US sovereignty over small pockets of Greenlandic land. The US could then build military bases there. Let's just break this down further. The US already has a base in Greenland. It is a United States Space Force base located on the northwest coast. As you can see, the base part of a defense agreement between Denmark and America. And the report said that the idea of the US being given sovereignty over some Greenlandic land was pursued by the NATO Secretary General. But the officials did not know if the idea was part of the framework announced by Trump. Trump has not provided any details on the framework, reportedly. And after the meeting, the US president posted that that the two have formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland and, in fact, the entire Arctic region. Trump said he will not impose his proposed tariffs against 8 nations. He also indicated that the discussion would include a Golden Dome missile defense system.
It's a deal that people jumped at. Really fantastic for the USA. Gets everything we wanted, including especially real national security and international security.
How so? Does it still include the United States having ownership of Greenland like you've said you wanted?
It's a long-term deal. It's the ultimate long-term deal. And I think it puts everybody in a really good position, especially as it pertains to security and minerals and everything else.
And as the talk seemed to heat up, Denmark's defense minister is pushing back, saying that the NATO chief has no authority to negotiate for Denmark. Posting his disapproval on X, he stressed that the NATO Secretary General is still working loyally for NATO unity, adding that Denmark will not cede sovereignty over parts of the kingdom. It remains to be seen whether the reported compromise made will satisfy Trump's concerns over Russian and Chinese threats over Greenland, or will he ask for more? After all, the only predictable thing about the US president at this point is that he is unpredictable.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.